8. Maria misses Steph in the morning. Steph has a grown-up job, so she's up and gone before Maria wakes up, which is funny because usually sunlight, a car horn, her own breathing, anything will wake Maria up. Good work last night, Whiskey. Too bad you can't make sleep as restful as you make it deep. Turns out Piranha texted Maria last night too. Fuck. Mostly her texts are a bunch of cussing because Piranha knows that Maria likes cuss words. She's a good friend, but last night she was like, "Dude, where are you?" Maria texts back, "Sorry, dude. Hang out soon?" She's exhausted and feels half dead, but that's really not new. Her alarm leaves her exactly enough time to shave, put on makeup, and get out the door. She rushes. There's a schedule for sleeping as late as you can, if you're economical enough with your time in the morning. She slept in her clothes, which saves her almost 4 minutes of getting dressed. She got very cold one night at Camp Trans, the year she went, and put on all of her clothes: a dress, a long skirt, jeans, a hoodie, that denim jacket. It ended up being kind of a great outfit. Plus, jeans and multiple skirts means no stress about, like, anatomy. It basically became her uniform. Like, she'll change her underwear. It's hard to admit, but she has exactly one bra that she likes and a bunch that she hates, so she wears the same bra every day, but theoretically you could change your bra too. You just rotate out a dress or put on another hoodie, and voila, new outfit. Same clothes every day. It's a non appropriative mantra. She's even got good at riding a bike in a long skirt. Because shaving and putting on a bunch of foundation every day are emotionally exhausting reminders of being trans, she gets a step removed from them by monologuing like she's explaining them to someone. Secret trick 1 is to boil water in a kettle on the stove while you get dressed and brush your teeth, and then stop up the sink and make yourself a little boiling lake. If the water is so hot that it truly hurts your fingers that when you splash it on your face and you kind of worry that you're doing permanent damage to your skin, you are doing it right. Super hot water makes the shave closer. Who knows why? Maybe like how you have to warm up a tortilla before you can make anything out of it. Anyway, then you smear the shaving cream all over your face. Use the cheapest stuff you can find. Sometimes Barbasol has the kind that says real man on the side. That's the best one. Shave your face with the one of the triple blade razors. They're expensive, but you can reuse them for like a couple weeks. You'll know it's time to replace the blade when your face is a gory mess every day after you shave, and you keep thinking, you want blood moon magic, but you only bleed a couple days a month? I bleed every day. From my face. Anything more than 3 blades is for rich people. Secret tip number 2 is to get some of that face lotion stuff that smells like an old lady. After you've shaved and washed off your face, glob it on everywhere and give your face time to suck it in. It makes your skin softer, which helps gross middle-aged businessmen slumming it in your store know that you are the one to hit on. For makeup, okay. If you still need to shave, you are still going to have like a little bit of beard shadow on your face. A lot of people will tell you to slather on tons and tons of foundation, or the trick where you put lipstick over your head and then cover it in foundation, but they are stupid. The truth is that nobody is going to look at your chin very hard, so all you need is normal foundation you can get from Sephora. The cheapest stuff there. Powder foundation, liquid foundation, who cares? Get it all over your face, your nose, down your throat, to past where your fur ends. Sometimes you can get lucky at the drugstore, but mostly you'll want the cheapest stuff at the fancy store. If everything else is working right, heavy layers of makeup are more of a this person is trans side than the implication that there's a mustache hibernating under that foundation. Secret trick number 3 is to get as much eye makeup on your eyes as you can. People will disagree about this, but fuck them. It took years of research, but the current theory on this reason is on the reason this works, and complementarily, why lipstick makes you look all unhinged is that you are drawing the beholder's eye toward your eyes, away from your beard shadow area. Lipstick draws the eye toward the bottom of your face, where the hibernating stubble lives. Fuck that. So put lots of black shit around your eyes, like Ali Sheedy in the Breakfast Club. You will look kind of goth. Can you pull off kind of goth? Do you want to? If not, here's the secret thing number 4. Sparkles. Apparently, sparkles on a trans woman are kind of a cliche, but this is the truth that underlies all of this makeup advice. Nobody is expecting to see a trans person. Girls are allowed to wear sparkles under their eyes. If you wear lots of sparkles and like blood red lipstick without foundation and a low cut off shirt that shows off a flat, expansive chest, then yes, people will heckle you and try to intimidate you. But nobody expects trans women to be wearing sparkles, to have fucked up growing out dye job, and tons of dykey punk shit covering every inch of their skin. So, Maria is tall and thin, though. She's already getting the benefit of the doubt. None of this stuff might work for you. This ritual takes 5 minutes from the time the kettle starts whining. A couple weeks ago, Maria bought a 4-foot tall rip-off print of Piss Christ, the picture of a crucifix and urine that everybody flipped out about in the early 90s, for $15 from a weirdo on St. Mark's. She brought it out to Piranha on the train because she thought Piranha would be into it, and she was. She literally teared up when Maria showed up at her door with a huge and awkward framed piece of art. She didn't cry though. She was fine in a second, and then she insisted on giving Maria a bag of pills. Maria was like, "Okay, that's cool. Thanks." While Piranha explained which pills were which. These ones are Percocets, these are morphine, these are Adderall, these are Vicodin. Careful with these. Maria's not really into drugs anymore. Nowadays, taking drugs just seems exhausting. 4 hours of yay and then 3 days of ugh. Plus puking. The worst is the part where you are choking up your guts and you can't breathe, and it seems like more and more, as she gets older, that's all that happens. Pills are okay. Whatever. Heroin's too down. Coke's too up, and then too down. Psychedelics just take too long, and then you feel weird for a week. Smoking weed just makes you totally stupid, and Maria's already pretty dumb. No, to be specific, smoking weed makes her useless and unable to do anything, and she's already pretty bad at making herself do anything besides beat herself up for not doing anything. So once she's put on her face, she takes 2 Adderall from the crumpled and powdery little sandwich bag with the idea that they'll kick in by the end of her half-hour bike ride to work, and then she'll be super productive all day. Or at least for the first 6 hours. One complicating factor is that she's never really sure which pills are which. So these ones she just took are probably Adderall, but they might be anything. Hopefully they're not morphine. Morphine is the worst. 1 morphine is kind of floaty, and 2 morphines are 1 5-hour stomach ache and then 3 pukings. Anyway, makeup secret from a trans woman number 5. Take pills. Maria used to have a pretty strong body back when she was an energetic little college kid who looked like a dude and journaled obsessively about gender in top secret notebooks all day, every day. But now she is old, almost 30, and she's been going sleepless and depressed and drunk for so long that her body starts feeling like it's collapsing at the slightest provocation. Seriously, the sun hurts her eyes, the belly feels like it's like old dried leaves turning wet when they rot. Her shoulders throb from just a 40 and a little whiskey, but she's got to be at work, so Adderall. Riding into Manhattan takes longer than usual because she usually has a beer or 2 or a glass of whiskey before bed, not a 40 and a flask. She gets into work late. Oops. They are probably looking for reasons to fire her because she has been here so long and she's gotten so many mandatory union raises that she can almost afford food and rent. So being late is kind of a big deal. Like, when you're in a union, they can't just fire you. She spends the morning waiting for the axe to fall. Like, she's not going to get flat out fired, but she might get talked to. They do this thing where they show you a computer printout of your clock-in times. It's just a gross atmosphere, but it's fine. Turns out she was right, and it was Adderall that she took, which means she is super focused and gets a ton of work done. She dusts the shit out of a bunch of displays, rearranges them, shelves a million books, helps tiny old ladies find old tiny books, and barely even sneaks out the side door for extra bonus breaks at all. Except a couple times. Around noon, she's thinking, I am the MVP of this shit. when she bumps into Kieran on his way outside for a cigarette. "Dude," he says. He's wearing an old, worn-out, and misshapen white t-shirt, suspenders, and baggy corduroy old man pants with the tie loose around his neck. They are clown clothes, but they look frustratingly good on him. "Dude," she says, "come smoke a cigarette with me." "I quit," she says. "Okay," he says. "When's your lunch break?" Jesus, she thinks. He is going to make sure that we have to talk. "I'm going at 2, she says. "Do you want to come with me?" "Yeah," he says, "I do." It's nice that she's rushing on drugs, getting like a buzz from productivity, because she actually does kind of feel like working this out. She shelves books for a while, kind of. Mostly she looks through the carts of books that to be shelved, and mostly she just flips through the stuff by writers she already knows she likes. Dennis Cooper, Robert Gluck. A first edition of a Joe Menno book nobody else seems to have cared about. She keeps getting sucked in and has to force herself not to just lay around reading. She's furtively flipping through an Ali Smith book, and she's getting kind of sad when Kieran does that thing where he taps her twice on the back of one shoulder, but he's standing on the other side. So she spins around the long way looking for him. He is annoying. "Are you ready to go?" "Okay," she says. They clock out, go outside, start walking. She realizes they're walking toward the burrito place where they did that thing. Awkward, she thinks. And then, no, just really bad taste. "Steph said you talked to her," he says. "Kind of, yeah." "She said she told you that she and I are doing it," he says. "Yeah," Maria says. She's not looking at him or inflecting any words. "She said you really aren't talking to her at all about anything and that. How much have you been talking to my girlfriend?" she asks, interrupting him. "I didn't even know you all knew each other." "Yeah," he says. It's kind of awkward. He does a little jump step. Maria is still high on Adderall. Where does this guy get all this energy? "Goddamn right it's awkward," she mutters. "Hey, you know MySpace." Oh, sorry. "Hey, you know MySpace?" he asks. "Yeah, I know MySpace." She says, "You and I are my MySpace friends." There's a beat. "Wait," she says. "Isn't Facebook the thing now? Isn't MySpace kind of passé?" "Nah, MySpace is cool again," he says. "Facebook redesigned their thing and it's all weird." "Oh." "Anyway, listen," he says. "Steph and I became MySpace friends because I saw her on your top friends. Thought she was hot, totally friended her." Jesus Christ, really? She's thinking, is this what my life really looks like? Obviously everybody's life looks like this. When little kids have Flickr accounts and old men are on Match.com, and if you're not online anywhere, then you are making a statement. But for fuck's sake, he saw her on MySpace? Surreal. Kind of embarrassing for everyone. "Yeah, so," he says. But she cuts him off again. "Look, I don't care," she says. "You don't care," he repeats. "Kieran, I took an Adderall this morning before coming to work, and I am coming down from it. I postponed a hangover with it, kind of, although not really, because I have been feeling hyper and shitty all morning. I really don't want to talk to you about the ins and outs of me and Steph, and I really don't want to talk to you about the ins and outs of you and Steph. I think probably I should talk to her about this instead of you. Mais oui, non?" "She said you won't talk to her," he says. They're outside the restaurant and Kieran stops. But Maria keeps walking. Whatever. Is this a theme in her life now, poking around the city, going places she doesn't care about and doesn't have time to go to? Obviously, on some level, she's trying to give herself room to figure out what to do about herself and Steph, but on another level, obviously, she's figured out what to do. It's time to leave her. Obviously, right? We've been here before. The sky is gray in this perfect New York way, and Maria is walking downtown, down Second, toward where probably Lower East Side used to be, but now is just a bunch of like Subway franchises and Moby's restaurant. She's thinking about Kieran sitting in the burrito store, bouncing and munching all unperturbed. That motherfucker does not sit still. She realizes that she's intentionally trying not to think about Steph, so she tries intentionally to think about her, how she feels about her now, how she used to feel about her. When they met, Steph was this pretty fat femme who made fun of people affectionately and called people lessies and faggots as terms of endearment. Now her bright red hair is black. Her bright red clothes have become black. She grew up, her job exhausts her, and her girlfriend exasperates her. Marie is like, what the fuck does that have to do with me, though? I didn't do anything. Like, I guess I got comfortable when I'm comfortable, and all I want to do is read. I get quiet. It's not like she and I go out to bars or anything these days, but it's not like any we ever did. The more she tries to think about it, whittle it down to how she feels about their relationship, the slipperier it gets. Thinking about Steph is like trying to squeeze a fish. She's getting confused and lost, and she's like way the hell downtown in Chinatown, and she really should go back to work. Opportunity number 2 for an odyssey of city exploration as a metaphor for self exploration. Poof, down the tube. Whatever. She does have this feeling for a moment, though, of what it would be, of what it would be like to not be tied to Steph, to their apartment, to her job. But then she thinks, that's some straight dude bullshit. The self-sufficient loner. She felt liberated for a second, though.